Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, guys. Welcome to LakerCentral. I'm Alex. Make sure you subscribe to the show. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our pre and post game content or any videos. We are going to be going live tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern before the Lakers take on the Warriors at Staples Center. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher. Tune in wherever you get your podcast, and you can also listen to the podcast on crossoverpodcast.com. Guys, we got some breaking news. So let me bring it up on the screen really quick. Our very own Kobe Bryant is finally getting a statue. It's not at Staples Center, just to be clear. We know he will get one at Staples Center sooner rather than later. But it sounds like he's getting a statue in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. So today, the White House made a press release, and they said that Kobe Bryant will receive a statue at the National Garden of American Heroes. So this was done via executive order, and there's a bunch of other people that are going to receive statues at this new National Garden of American Heroes. It's not created yet. I've never even heard of it. I live on the East Coast. I've been down there a number of times to the National Mall and seen a number of the monuments, but this is new. But Kobe is going to be one of the people who receive statues there. And it's, like I said, a long list of folks from history, celebrities, ex-presidents. And I'm going to look at the White House press release right now and just read off a couple of the names that's on there. And I mean, guys, it's a lot. So Steve Jobs is getting a statue. So is Thomas Jefferson, Dolly Madison. Who else is on here? Alexander Hamilton. It's just so many people. Albert Einstein. Frederick Douglass is getting one. Miles Davis is on there as well. There's a lot of names on this list that the White House has announced that these folks are all going to get statues, and our very own Kobe Bryant. And I'm happy that Kobe's getting a statue. I believe he got one in China. I'm not exactly sure where in China, but I do believe he's got one there. I'm not sure if any other countries or any other cities or anyone else around the world has built statues in his honor, but he's going to have one in D.C. And, we're just a week or so away from the anniversary of his death. And so I have no idea the timing of this announcement. It is here on MLK Day. It isn't that far away from the anniversary of Kobe's and Gianna's death. So I don't know if any of that played a role in the White House making this announcement or making this decision today. But he's going to get a statue, and I think that, he meant a lot to so many people. You guys, if you're longtime listeners of the podcast, myself and Vinay, we did release an episode back then, I believe the night or the day after Kobe died. It may have been that night, I think. I have to go back and check when our emotions were really raw. And so he means a lot to a lot of people. And I think it'd be cool that he gets a statue in D.C. And D.C.'s, it's a tourist spot. A lot of people come there for a number of reasons. And so it'll be there at some point. And if you love Kobe, like we do here at LakerCentral, you'll be able to visit him and pay your respects to him in D.C. In regards to what's going on at Staples Center, we're not really sure when he's going to get a statue at Staples Center. We know it's coming. Magic has one there. Kareem has one there. Shaq has one there. Chick has one there. But he's going to get one at Staples Center. I actually wouldn't be surprised if it's announced on the anniversary of his death or sometime within the next year. One thing I think is happening, the Lakers obviously they do want to build a statue and pay tribute to him. They probably want to do it in conjunction and with respects to Vanessa Bryant and the Bryant family. So they're probably working through that and when is the most appropriate time. But also, much like with the championship, as you guys know, the Lakers did not celebrate their championship with the public because COVID is happening. They're kind of holding off on unveiling the championship banner until they can do so with fans at Staples Center. I think that the Lakers will at least hold off on unveiling a statue for Kobe until fans can celebrate it with them. They know the minute they start working on that statue and get that thing up, even if they tell fans to stay away, fans are going to want to come there and probably flood outside of Staples Center. So I'm going to imagine that it's not going to actually take place until the COVID situation has been resolved and they can allow fans to come and kind of pay their respects to Kobe at Staples Center and just enjoy the fact that he did bring 5 championships to Los Angeles. And, after his basketball career, he became an even larger icon, I think, with the things that he did in terms of with his children, as a family man, as a husband, and then obviously the things that he did to try to promote the WNBA, the things he was doing on Wall Street, all kinds of awards that this man received. I think it's good. I wish that we would try and give people their flowers while they're here. You never know what's in front of us. You never know what can happen with this life, and so you don't want to take people for granted. And I don't know if any of us took Kobe for granted. But I just say all of that to say, especially in light of today being Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and his life was cut short as well. Give people their flowers while they're around. I do think it's great that he will have a statue in D.C. I know he's going to have one at some point in front of Staples Center. And it was just amazing news to get today that this is going to happen. And so I'm happy about it, guys. If you can tell, I wanted to make sure you guys knew. That's why I'm dropping this right now on the channel. Vinay and I will probably talk about it a little bit on the pregame show tonight again at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. But guys, go back to enjoying your families. Go back to watching the speeches and listening to the words from Martin Luther King Jr. today on his day that we honor him. Thank you guys for being such supporters of Laker Central. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Again, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of our content, and subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, or TuneIn. Thank you guys so much. I'm out.